Welcome to my OnlyFans.
Hello, people. Hello, Carlson.
We're done with the voice
Everyone hates
warm-ups.
us.
See,
Oh.
Jag's not here.
Just Jeremy.
He said he would be, and he says he's our #1 fan, but I think Carlson has it now.
Yep.
He's
No,
winning.
Yeah.
Carlson definitely
Yeah.
has it.
Carlson, you want merch?
Yeah, they are here
Clip it
every
and ship
time.
it.
Yeah, we gotta give them some merch now.
Yeah, merch
Also,
giveaway.
Jag's like, oh,
I will have my
Guys
mother
hate on
hand
Jag.
deliver merch.
Or,
Yeah,
or you
I
know,
mean,
someone who
your
gets
mom will
paid
give
to
it to
do that, that does it
See,
faster.
there just
Yeah.
seems like a slam right there. Your mom's gonna hand deliver merch. She's gonna distribute some free literature. Like I feel like I
Feed the
really want to
ducks.
slam something home.
You want to slam my mother?
Oh,
I want to do sex with the one that made you. I got you. 2002.
all right, so we're gonna go back to the starting soon screen.
And we're gonna restart
And
the stream.
hello.
I was
Nope,
gonna
doesn't
apologize,
matter,
but
Carlson.
then,
He's listening with you. That does
Oh.
no,
Tell him
doesn't.
to
Not good enough.
grab his phone and turn it on.
Yeah, not
Grab
good
his
enough.
Don't
Fine.
look at his
Are
gallery.
you
Yeah,
promoting
on.
somebody watch the stream
I
while
don't know if
driving?
Yes.
No, I'm
Yes.
saying
Yes.
to turn on his
No.
phone
100%.
so that way he
No.
can listen to the stream while driving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make it
Yes.
home,
Yes.
then watch.
Hey,
Make it home
speaking of
dangerously.
people that are at least lurking, are the people that we wanted to have lurking right now? Because if not, I gotta have some stern words.
We
Oh,
don't
they're
have
not.
people
They're not.
lurking.
They're not.
We don't lurk.
Two of those people are not.
What are you talking about?
But
No
for those, all right, for
notification.
Carlson, hey, guess what, Curls? Hi, how are you? I got an announcement for you. No one else, just you, me, right here, right now. If I had a screen that only had me on it, I'd do that just to tell you this. We got you
should do
present. We got you a new emote.
Dead.
It's an amazing emote. Other people, I guess, can use it. But yeah, it's a Cthulhu
can't
crying.
right now.
It's a Cthulhu
The sad
crying
boy.
emote. Now we can use them.
Yeah.
Now that it's not spoiled, so now we have more emotions to throw in.
Can you
It
untie
fits
me
being
out?
rich.
yeah.
This is
no.
a sad
You have to wait
boy.
your 600 seconds.
Girls love a sad boy. Cthulhu.
It's also gonna be used a
Kind of
lot
a
when
lot.
sad things happen, which is probably gonna be a lot with this deep, dark story that we have.
Yeah.
And our deep dark past.
Yay.
The fantastic emote was crafted by June.
Are
That
you
was
still
already said.
banned?
No, hang on.
I untimed him out.
He said sorry.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. I gotta get on board with the balls.
What?
What?
With the ball.
Oh.
Why is it on the? Oh, it's charging. Okay. See,
He's
now you made up
charging.
for it. You made up for it, Nick. Thanks for
There
subbing
we
for
go.
5 months in a row.
I think it was already, it automatically did it, but yeah.
No, it doesn't automatically take the money.
Well, no, I got an email and it was like, hey, do something or we will automatically do it. And I was like, just automatically, thank you for
Give
letting me-
my money to the stream that I work for.
Hey, Carls, what color should I make my orb? Whatever color you want. It's over 160 million colors.
Sorry.
Or did I already put the sunglasses on them?
Well, I think you have to first off. You're gonna have
The
to,
sunglasses don't work.
I'm not.
I know.
Onions don't work. There's no hiding those tears.
Hey,
Hey,
Potats.
potatoes.
There's
Hello,
another
Tats.
one that I thought was good. Oh, this, I like this one even better. This one actually works.
There you go, Cade.
Gotta relive.
All right, so you
flower
can
crown.
actually
That's
do
pretty.
it. Someone
That's cute.
modify the emote horizontal. Someone modify the emote horizontal. Flip it and then put glasses on it.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Can
you
you
go.
do
You
that?
go, Tats? Yes.
Can you do
Yeah.
multiple times?
Oh my god, I cannot see my screen.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Could you? Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that right now. Da-da-da-da.
It's
He's
not
wearing
letting me
sunglasses,
do
you can't
two
see
edits.
I was gonna say he's trying to hide it.
Cool
Well, you already did an edit. Somebody
Trying to
somebody who
hide the
hasn't
sad
done
boy.
one. You can modify a single.
Sunglasses.
I've edited it.
Wait, you can do
twice
one or
now.
the other.
Oh, you can't do
Yeah.
both.
Yeah,
No,
I
you
do
can
both.
just you can flip it or put sunglasses on.
I can have a flower crown? Hell yeah.
You can smooth it out though.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh,
good
awesome.
one. There's a good one.
This is gonna be a complete
bubble tea.
hour of us
Oh my
screwing
God,
with
beat
Cade's
you
new
to it,
emote.
bitch.
That's what
I was gonna do. Yeah, I was gonna do that one too.
I love this.
Well, now I can just do this and have them cry boy together.
Oh.
The cry boy.
Well, hello and welcome, people, to Exploring the Archives, where we discuss things that are all Dungeons and Dragons, but mostly pertaining to the chapter that most recently happened in the book that we are currently writing, called The Arcane Archives Falbium. This week we'll be discussing chapter 29, To Catch a Killer.
Yeah.
Is that it?
First try.
You say next week or this week?
Huh?
It sounded like you said next week for some reason.
Yeah, I thought he said next week as well, but this
Yeah,
week.
not the only one.
This week
I
we're
didn't
going to be
know
talking
you guys are
about...
nuts.
Yep.
We're just pop in and say hey.
We'll be discussing
Where
chapter
are
29,
you?
To
Who
Catch
are
a
you?
Killer, where
One
the
day.
collective presumably
Big head.
investigated and presumably caught the correct killer, the murderer of Jasorna.
Yosorna.
Yes,
Sorna,
Sorna.
fucking.
Yosorna.
She's dead.
With
Okay,
the
I'll
players.
correct
You
your name.
made the name.
I'll correct
Characters.
your NPC
Hey,
name.
guess what? I also made all of the thousands of names. All right, there's a lot to keep track of.
I
Lord,
made all the
no.
No, I know. I forget names all the
I
time.
did all the poops.
Yeah.
Curls, I don't doubt it. I'll wait for it.
I forget my own child's name.
And to celebrate,
Like, I
got
literally
myself
gave you a
timed
name.
out. I just saw that.
I didn't even catch that the first time either.
Yeah, that's
Um,
funny. And to celebrate, I got myself timed out.
But yes, we'll be
Party
discussing the very first murder mystery I ever ran, and I think the first murder mystery anybody here has ever played.
In D&D.
In D&D. Yeah, I've been the murderer in murder mysteries, and so has... That was the finger, yeah, him.
This one. Back in my classic days of high school theatre.
Yeah, we're professionally trained in high school theater.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I guess to start off the... I don't even know how to start this one off. It's just there's so many things. Does
I
anybody...
will have a question to start it off.
Go ahead, because there's so much.
Yeah, there's a lot here. So, as a DM, and 4 out of 5 of us are DMs, basically, or have DM'd at least once. When you decided that you wanted to do a murder mystery, what was the first thing that went through your mind? Did you look up any inspiration if people already had mechanics or ideas? Did you just kind of wing it? Were you nervous to even try something new? Because it doesn't always go well when you try something new, but it's always fruitful to, step outside of the comfort zone. Like, what was your thought process like halfway through, and you're like, you know what, we're gonna have a murder mystery?
I was gonna say,
next
well,
episode.
yeah, I know I said that Austrian. I don't know if I said it on, but yeah, halfway through the chapter 28, I was like, we're gonna have a murder mystery, and all that went through my head in that session was, I gotta kill someone, and
Someone's gotta die.
I gotta kill
someone's gotta die, and I was like, who's the person that's least colorful? And I was like, yeah, other than Zio, her. So, he's really white and oh, he's not a human. He's close.
No.
He's close.
He's a half
Do we
elf.
even
She
have
was
any
too.
humans?
No.
Oh, well, I mean, June's a human.
Yeah, human.
Yeah. Unless you look at the D&D overlay.
And click on the name and go,
Unless you
"What?"
look at the thing that's right in
Unless-
front of your face.
Yeah, unless if
Yeah.
you look at the publicly available resources
Yeah.
to verify what the ratings
Unless
are.
you use Google.
But then in
Oh.
preparation for the actual session of the murder mystery, I actually did oh wow, hold on, I gotta look it up so I can give them credit.
While you're
You
looking it
Google
up,
murder mysteries.
I was gonna say, while you're looking that up real quick, I just want to make a mention to Nick's light year jump in video quality, lighting,
yeah.
and audio quality. Yeah,
He made it.
it's amazing. Just
Yeah,
goes to show that with all the money Nick bought, that we're getting from the stream, Nick bought a house.
We
Yep.
are multi-millionaires
Yep, I
now.
bought a house.
Nick
We all
bought a
have
house.
our jobs, and we only stream once a week.
My brother bought a house, and I am paying him rent.
you go.
I'll actually
go.
No.
directly link the video. It was WebDM. They had a lot of good insights in it. The biggest thing that I took from it was don't fight the spells that people try to cast, and have there be no checks for the most part. Let the intuition of the player come through, not the luck of a roll come through. Those are the biggest things I took into account. And then the whole thing was inspired, which I think has been pointed out multiple times, by Hateful Eight, which is a great Quentin Tarantino movie if you haven't seen it. But just everybody being set up, the layout of the building was all the same. And then unintentionally, because, spoiler alert, the under the building things that happen in Hateful Eight, I guess I won't spoil it too much, I guess that kind of did inspire the trap at the end.
So you were inspired by the Hateful Eight. I thought it was just like, all right, we're here, and I was like, I completely thought it was coincidence. I love influences.
Yeah, no, that's where I got the inspiration
awesome.
from for it. So.
Yeah, there's no such thing as original thought, and geniuses just hide their inspiration well.
Very true.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too, because I thought this might have been when we first got to Yaris. I thought that we were gonna, just kind of have a sit down and maybe meet some characters that you were gonna kind of plop into the world, and then somehow bring them back in the storyline somehow. And then when Alar is like, I'm gonna keep this fire stoked, and then boom, dead body, and then everybody's just like, staring at Alar like, you're the last one with them. No, I just thought that the fire needed to stay on. I fucking swear.
Yeah, and then Alar was like, fuck, I failed at what I meant to do. I stayed up to stop this from happening.
So you just actually made me think of a question, Jeremy. Not as players, because obviously you know that Alar didn't kill, or Nick didn't kill him because he didn't.
Because meta.
Other than you guys trusting Alar, was the point, I think Carlisle put it the best and the most level-headed and not targeted. Tempest did too, so I guess both of their arguments of Alar potentially being the killer. Like Carlisle pointing out, if you look at him, there's bags under his eyes, he's seen things, and if you look at his hands, they're not a white cut. Basically saying you can tell his hands are hardened. So he was basically saying to Ecclesias, hey, if you think he's soft and cuddly, he's not. You're wrong. With their arguments, your characters, do you think at any point you could be like, yeah, Alar could totally be the killer?
Who wants to start?
Alar.
I'll start.
Alar thought he was the killer.
Actually,
Alar was like, well, Alar was like, the lights didn't actually go out. I just blacked out, killed her, and then sat back down and was like, what the fuck just happened? I thought I just blacked out.
Went into a blind rage.
Yep.
I know there was a moment where Carlisle kind of mentioned to Ecclesias, and he's like, look at him. And he's gigantic, and he could have totally killed him. And unfortunate for Carlisle trying to, sprout the seeds of doubt amongst us, the collective, is that Ecclesias, being basically an artifact collector and a scientist more than a fighter, already measured Alar to be the most pacifist and level-headed out of the group for the most part. As far as whenever there's been combat, Alar has been the only one to be like, wait, let's take a second, let's talk, let's do stuff. So right away, Ecclesias is like, yeah, I can see that because he's from the north. He's a hardened warrior, but
everyone from the north is murderers apparently.
Yeah, and he's a hardened warrior by almost defense and by call, and not by I just gotta go out and fucking kill something.
June?
Yeah, so I guess the way that I see Alar is that he's almost like a war vet. He's done his battles and he knows when the time, or when it's the time to battle, and he's probably very good at it, but he's not gonna attack some innocent inn owner. Yeah, he's
and chop.
Unless he has PTSD, and then it's a whole other rabbit hole. But I don't think that was part of, except for the dreams. But no, I never really thought that he'd kill the inn owner.
Kid?
I mean, we all have been possessed. Zio was possessed. Wow, I can't speak today. By a ghost. So for a second, I was like, maybe the DM is a little fucky. It's just Guess
be
what?
good.
Yeah.
Psych.
It's not a zero sum.
What if
But-
I had like messaged the GM just like, hey, I killed her. Like,
Yeah.
can't beat out and then just
Hey, I
That would be
did it.
fucked.
Now let me ask this then,
I did it.
Nick. What would have happened if I told you? What if I would have described before all this happened? I would go, and I made a very poignant effort to mention you went to sleep. Would you be the whole time been like, maybe I did kill her? Is this real? Is this a dream?
Ooh,
Oh,
that'd have
yeah.
been a fun little way of.
yeah. You plant the seeds of doubt. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, and I believe is the improv term.
I
Depending on who you are.
I would like it. Just I like the
I did it.
aspect of everybody else knows it's not a dream, but you always do. So it's like Ecclesiastes like, I trust you. Oh yeah, you trust me. Kind of like the oh my god, stepmom.
Yeah, I never doubted him for a second. The only time, I mean, like, but the thing was is that, yeah, like Ecclesiastes is loyal to the party, and even though Carlisle made some really good points, like, look, he's got that sword, and it looks like he knows how to use it, and yeah, he's sleepy and all that stuff. And there was a moment where I wanted to role play, like, well, Alar, was there? Do you think that possibly that your sword did this when you weren't looking? Like, just, I don't know, some crazy thing where the
Yeah.
sword's
Right.
like, I'm fucking thirsty. I'm just hops its way over it and splorp.
Sword got thirsty.
It's like, who knows? But then, like, that was just me as, you know, also like a writer, like trying not to get too involved and like, well, maybe there is some crazy thing that Anthony's gonna. It's like, no, I'm just gonna pick whatever is happening in front of me and what's the most likely thing to happen. Occam's razor at this moment.
Very easy response is that my work is usually not that surgical. My work usually there's a lot more
Hack and slash.
hacking. Yeah.
Heck and slash.
I will say, I don't know if anyone put two and two together, but we used to have a friend that would play with us named Alex that solved every riddle in 5 seconds, and it sucked, and it made my life hell. And you guys almost did this right away, because when I was describing the wound for like the very first time, Jeremy was like, oh, like an ice pick, and then I went to an actual ice pick, right? But Jeremy was thinking of an icicle, and I was like, motherfucker, 5 minutes in, you discover the murder weapon that's not
Totally.
existed by accident.
On accident.
I know, I was gonna be like, I hate this. You know what? The haberdashery
Last
collapses, the wood's heavier than you think, you all suffocate, and you die.
You all suffocate.
New dumber characters.
Well, I was also thinking because I
Suffocate.
mean, like again, like Ecclesiastes isn't like I know all of these weapons. I know their different sizes and stuff. So like he wouldn't know all these different weapons offhand and like their sizes and diameters. So he's like, oh yeah, it kind of looks like about as big as like an icicle or something like that, which is also kind of stupid because icicles are varying in size, of course. But yeah, I didn't think that I accidentally guessed that it'd be like an icicle bolt. It looks like you were shot through the floorboards of an icicle bolt with a
just looks
mechanism. Of, oh hey.
So I will be honest. I at first in my head probably about so in your second set of questioning you were asking about casting spells specifically, but in the first one you kind of teetered around it, and originally I was gonna have like her just cast this spell, be able to cast it, and then she could just have it. That's how she killed her. But then I came up with this a little bit about a quarter way through, like the trap thing, because I thought that was more interesting and had you guys need to get more clues, especially it kind of when they wanted to explore the basement. So yeah, I was really excited about the icicle as a murder weapon.
It's really fun to find something down there.
Yeah, what did
I
you
was
guys think
nervous
of
about it.
the weapon being an icicle?
Thought it was pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't remember like where I heard about whether it was
I
like
can't
a
either.
weird,
Yeah, I can't
whether
see it.
like a weird
Wait.
episode in Dexter or
Thousand
something
Ways
like
to Die?
that, or yeah, like it was
Yeah.
or like from The Office,
Yeah, I was
or
gonna
I
say, I
snapped
thought
off and
of that.
impaled his brain.
Yeah,
See, I thought of.
Oh.
Michael
I
likes
thought
to
of,
stare at
like,
them.
from underneath. What was
Like-
that, Cade?
in a weird way, I kind of correlated it to like JFK because they couldn't find a bullet, and then I saw it and I was like, And then we
There's two
like
shooters.
and then I looked at it and I was like, and then I was kind of lost at halfway through, and I was like, everyone fucking did it.
It's
Kill
also
'em all.
satisfying to actually find something down there, because I mean, even like DMing sometimes if somebody decides to just go look for something random, like I'm looking for maybe a trapdoor or a different or whatever it is, and as a DM you don't want to like say no, but you also don't want to accidentally give like a lead on something that actually isn't there. So it's like, oh, I look for a secret door, and you're like, you find a key. In the back of your mind, you're like, where's this fucking key go? Why did I tell him there's a key? You're like,
Why
oh,
is
there's
there
a cellar.
key?
And then we go down there, and you're like, yeah, it's just old fruits. I'm like, okay.
Cool.
Glad I looked in the basement for the fruits.
I take the apples.
I like before you went down there, I had the catapult thing in mind, but like really last second, I put the old Uthranian flag in there, and I thought that was a little cool bit.
Yeah, that is fun.
I thought
all
it'd be fun for
winterized and
Zio
beat up.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that flag is probably over almost a century and a half old. So yeah, it's an old flag. It honestly defies the laws of physics to be sitting in a basement for that long and not be dust, but
Yeah.
I think there's some
D&D.
modern day flags. They're obviously not modern day flags, but there's obviously some very old flags.
I was gonna say some
That have
parchment with a
survived.
symbol painted on it
Yeah.
crudely. It survived 150 years in a dank,
Yeah.
cold basement.
Maybe.
All alone at a dank bud baker.
I thought we were going to a second session, to be honest with you, all the way up to the
I
end.
was
there.
hoping we
No, I
weren't.
told you,
I was really
challenge
hoping we
accepted.
weren't.
Oh, you can't tell me challenge accepted. You figured it out in the last 10 minutes.
True.
But we did.
You did, and I am proud of you.
But we did.
But you're making it sound like the whole time you're like, yeah, we know these clues. We know all these clues. I know this bitch did it.
No, honestly, you did a pretty good job of kind of a lot of red herrings going on.
Yeah, I pretty much, I guess it was mean, but all of the clues that you guys picked up on the day before were red herrings, so they had nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
which
that's
I didn't,
rude.
I didn't plan on, but I was like, with how she died, none of it really makes sense. But I did try to connect them, like, at least to something, and not just, you hear them talking, like with the people giving out drinks and collecting cups, like there was a cup next to her that she was holding. So, I tried to connect it to something at least.
Yeah, because Carlisle was sus at first, and like, hey, he was the one that collected all the drinks, and I'm like, poison.
Yeah.
And then like I sniffed it, it's like, it's just normal gin and tonic. No poison. Poison to some, but other people that like gin and tonic.
You're muted, Kate.
I was about to say, how the fuck did I get muted? But plot twist,
Jag!
it was
Hi,
Hey, Jag.
Jag.
hello. But yeah, plot twist, it was just a venom the whole time, and apparently detect poisons but useless.
Because apparently it was venom.
Yeah. Yeah, bitch. All right.
Was venom.
I'm gonna ask one question. You can answer this one question short. All right. If you
Who?
get bit by a snake and you're injected
Venom.
with venom, how
Venom.
is that? It's not a poison though.
No, it's
you're
venom.
dying from venom, right?
I saw a thing that I'll probably put in Discord because this conversation came up again, and I almost sent it to Jeremy earlier. It was a picture of a snake and like a leg, and it was like, if it bites you, it's venomous. And then it was a picture of a frog and a picture of the person biting the frog, and it says, if you bite it and you die, it's poisonous. If it bites you and you die,
that is
it's
funny.
venomous.
Poison is a toxin that gets into the body via swallowing, inhaling, or absorption through the skin. Venom is a specialized type of poison, is evolved for a specific purpose. It's actively injected via a bite or a sting.
Got you.
Here's my question.
So the answer is in it, but it is still like it could be split on a
It's-
hair of it comes down to how it
I
gets
think
in
that
you.
my
Like,
logic,
if you
yeah,
lick
I
it,
think
it's
my
poison.
logic was
If it
sound.
stabs you, it's venom.
Right,
It's-
and I guess it kind of worked, but I only made it work because otherwise it's like you figured it out. Good job.
And usually venom is like it's not extruded. It's
Extract.
it's not even
Excreted.
extracted. What's the excreted through
Leaked.
something. So like like a hypodermic needle style like tooth.
Oh.
It's and like a poison, just like a coating of something.
Hold on. Happy birthday,
Somebody's
Happy
Carls.
birthday,
Yes.
Curls.
Happy birthday.
You guys
It's
read
not
it.
birthday.
Jack
No, no,
says
no.
it
Wait,
is
no, no.
Curls.
Oh wait.
Curlin's birthday.
I
Happy
do this for-
birthday.
I would
do this for
I
nat
might get
20s.
timed out on my channel.
I would
Hope they
would-
went through.
birthday. Happy birthday.
I would text
Happy
you.
birthday.
I would text you, Curls, but and I'm just gonna say here, happy birthday.
I can't find my remote to do quiz.
Oh, I just noticed your star power right now.
Happy, happy,
Mhm.
happy. It's a birthday. It's
Like
a
I'm at
birthday.
Rainbow
It's a
Road.
birthday. It's a birthday. It's a birthday.
It's a birthday. It is your birthday. Not
It is
even an
your-
exclamation point.
Oh, I'm not done.
Are you trying to hurt me? Because if you are, you have succeeded.
It is your birthday period.
Brown and gray balloons.
Oh, yours is like,
It
Oh,
is
yeah.
crazy because it's like
Yeah,
all
yours
yeah.
is
It's not just in the
nuts.
background.
yeah.
It is your birthday.
Happy birthday, Curls.
Happy birthday. Did you do?
Happy
I hope you
birthday.
did something fun. I hope you did
Yeah.
something fun.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing
Yeah.
something fun now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say, thanks
exactly.
for spending a small portion of your birthday with us.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
we're not gonna stop streaming, so you feel obligated to be here.
Obliged.
Yeah, I was gonna say obliged. I was gonna say obliged. But welcome.
Random thing on the Venom. Just
Back to the
back to Venom.
poison.
I have a very technical question. All right, I have a very technical
ready.
question. All right, let's say a snake bites me in D&D. What type of damage is it?
But that's just breaking it down to
Venom
mechanics.
damage.
Regardless, my
Venom
spell is
damage.
mechanics.
Just curious. I'm just curious.
It deals.
Venom.
Damn it.
What if I punch you so hard it cuts your skin open?
What if I
Still
punch-
bludgeoning damage. Because
What if
Yeah,
bludgeoning
just
can do that.
bludgeoning.
What if I do this? And it cuts you?
Slash.
If you were a trained
If you-
martial arts expert, then it would be slashing,
Be
but you're not,
bludgeoning.
and so
It'd
it's
still
bludgeoning.
be bludgeoning based on
If you have,
D&D.
like, if you can like cut with your nail, then it's like or it's-
Slasher.
Love you too,
Slash.
Crow.
No, what if I use
You're
nails?
That's why 3.5 was better. They had a mechanic for
Slashing.
every tiny
Use
thing.
nails.
Oh, nail
Mar-
damage.
Yeah, a
Nail
marble table leg,
damage.
a wooden table leg.
A
Insert
large
or just
wooden
hit.
table. Yeah.
Yeah. How big the bee holes of kobolds are, just in case you need to go inside one when you shrink
Is
yourself
that
down.
actually in there?
No, just 3.5. It was it had like a mechanic for everything you could possibly think of. So like the imagination was gone. You'd be like, oh, you want to use half end of a quill and tickle the person's eyeball to the point where it gets irritated? Let me flip through.
Player's Handbook, Appendix D, page 592,
Subclause F.
subclause F. I should
For
have
feather.
gone with page 69, but oh well.
Someone sent me
Is
this
this Cobalt
Snapchat.
Butthole?
gotta love it.
Does that have sound?
No.
No.
Potats just sent this to me.
Somebody just made you Bumbledore.
Come on.
Hey, Potats, can you put that into the Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got
And then-
But I
glasses
want
and
that forever.
His I just realized his whole strategy was just to distract us, and he got the haha tonight bot.
Some bitch. Time
Damn
out.
it.
Time.
All right.
Motherfucker.
Time
So-
them out.
I asked you guys
Time him out.
before the session started, but now after the session is finished, who's y'all's favorite colorful character?
Me.
Jeremy did the same thing. 300 IQ
Jeremy.
strat, you're right.
300
Potats.
IQ strat.
I thought it was gonna be Carlisle. And
Boom!
then,
I win, bitch!
No
The
way you
drow.
win.
No, you
Yeah, I
don't
win.
Totally did it. Look at right there.
Yeah, Jeremy won.
Can you
Oh,
show
yeah?
us your
Yeah,
banking
yeah.
app
Go to
as well? while you
go to
guys got their phones
screenshots.
up there?
Yeah, go to screenshots, bitches.
Go to screenshots.
Go to
That doesn't
screenshots.
count.
It does count. I just screenshot
Mine shows Jess at the beginning, but you know,
But you know what?
I guess
it doesn't actually.
Monitor what?
I posted the code and Jeremy won.
Yeah.
What?
If you just copy and paste it, Jeremy won.
Jeremy, you look like you're in a potato.
I can do the same thing. It'll have me win. So, who's y'all's your favorite characters?
Okay. Yeah, Cade,
drow,
you were
whose name
you
I
were
can't
talking.
remember.
Belky,
Uh,
cause sex.
I liked Belky.
That
'cause it
was
just
actually,
funny. Belky
yeah.
was really funny.
yeah.
I
might
like that. I
hire
like
her.
that you guys were
Just say it.
sussing on her because she was just being a whore and answering her questions like, who I know. You're like,
there's
she's
also
not
like that
answering.
He's being
dissonance. There's like the
suspicious.
dissonance
Well-
with a DM acting as best as they can, and like obviously you are yourself, Fern. So no matter how well you can portray a voice or like a tick of a character, being a sexy lady who could do things to bodies for money, it's like I still see you as my brother. So it's like I'm not picturing this sexy lady right now. I'm like, oh, she's sus because Anthony's having fun being like the sexy lady, even though she's just like, no, I had nothing. I had nothing to hide. And I'm like, you do because you're playing with your boobs right
Well,
now.
then let me ask you this: to all of you that
Big.
aren't my brother, were you turned on?
What? Okay, ask me now. Ask me now.
Hang on a moment while I'm remembering this.
Give me 3 to
minutes,
5
guys.
minutes to remember.
10 minutes, 15 seconds, guys. Come on.
10 minutes,
Jesus.
15 seconds. It's always like
It
increments
all
of
goes
5.
down.
So we
I
got
feel like
what?
Nick is the
two-
type of person that does the volume with increments of 5 and not like I put the volume at 33.
even
It's
32.
like 35 or 30.
No, seriously, it needs to be like.
I do that as well. I'm
Yeah,
not making fun
yeah.
of you because I do that.
We got 2 for Belky. Jess, Nick.
I said the drow.
Oh, John, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lazarus.
I don't know why, but I like him.
Yazareth.
You guys are.
He was the
Yeah,
type
so
of moody
I could-
that I
yeah.
like. Like I empathize with that mood, just like I empathize with Thanos. That
Yeah.
moodiness of that drow, you know.
Did you empathize with Mad Eye as well?
Man, I
Don't know who that is.
There you go.
Yes.
Mad Eye.
Actually, I was too young and not jaded when I watched that. Actually, so
Rewatch now.
I'll
Let the-
rewatch and then
your
I'll yeah.
favorite characters change.
Exactly.
I just thought the
Um,
Belky necklace was really cool. The
That was
change.
cool.
Remind me of like an Asari from Mass Effect.
Mhm.
Speaking of,
That is a Tassoni.
Oh shoot, that I need to...
that's a Tony.
What's your name? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't really know anymore. I liked everyone kind of for like their own personalities. Like I think that you did a really good job making Tempest seem just like, I don't know, pompous, and
He's better than all of
he-
you.
yeah, and he doesn't give 2 craps about anyone else. I think that
F about nothing.
I do think that you did the very best you could to make Belky a sexy lady. And
Tits.
yeah, she came off as like
Tits.
mischievous was the word I was looking for earlier. She was mischievous.
I'll just make
which
her a
in-
dom.
Yeah, which made in this situation made her
Do you have a
suspicious.
cellar?
But
Yeah.
she
Yeah, a very
Yeah.
thin floorboard seller. You just hear Alar getting whipped. Yeah, that would hurt a little bit, but I'm all right.
My safe word is I'm. We did this before stream, and that'll be NSFW.
but I
Not safe.
also
yet?
I also did like Yazareth because I liked his dynamic with what was her name? The other
Hildreth?
yeah.
The
Yeah.
dinosaur?
Dragonborn.
No. Yeah, the dinosaur.
Yeah, I hated Kildreth. I should have never put her in here. I hated her after
They
the
were
first
just-
session.
The only thing
She
that she
does.
did was she played off of Yazareth
Mhm.
like well. And yeah, I just picture him as being some chaotic neutral rogue.
You could just had Kildriff be like, you know what, I'm leaving.
And then you just look
Alright.
outside
Frozen
and
salad.
she's frozen.
Yeah.
Nah, that's when you make her a white dragonborn, and then she literally just walks outside and is fine.
And just
It's
assigned to the
Yeah.
world.
Oh, okay. You could. Why did you even come here? All right.
Huh, she did it
I
for
wanted to
sure.
sleep.
So where do you all see happening next session? Now you're all standing there with a dead body and like, well, good night. 'Cause
I'm
it's
hiring
it's still,
Belky.
like-
That's what I'm
I was
doing.
gonna say it's still like 2 a.m. Like, it's not like you guys woke up at like 8 of the. No, it's like 2 a.m.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Alar will say fuck it and go to sleep because
Yeah, we should rest. You
There
still have a
can't
point of
be more
exhaustion,
than
don't
one
you?
murder.
Yeah, probably have
It
CO
just
put
keeps
on his
happening.
little alarm again.
She loads the trap again.
To be fair, he said
Yeah, we let her
He
outside
said-
and she just goes back into the cellar.
I mean, you guys never
Lock the
said you
trap.
relocked it.
I was about to
It's
say, nobody
Saturday.
said they locked the door.
Yeah, you never said you relocked it.
True.
he did say he was inspired by the Hateful Eight, and there was more than one death in the Hateful Eight.
Yes.
Oh,
spoiler
spoilers.
alert. Spoiler alert.
I don't
people
think that's
die
a
in it.
spoiler.
Spoiler alert. People say the N-word and die in Tarantino movies.
Exactly.
And there's also long, extensive shots of feet.
Really?
Sweet.
Tell me
Yeah,
less.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
know about the Tarantino foot fetish?
Yeah.
Just go on Reddit and have fun.
Yeah,
I'm glad you like it, Jag. Be
Yeah.
Oh,
careful.
yeah.
TVK
Yeah, the
is
new
possible
emoji.
even when not playing. That's true.
That
I can kill
is
you guys
true.
whenever I
Just
don't
somehow-
want to play D&D anymore.
Can kill you with my mind.
You know how much of a
That's what I thought. I could kill
dick way to end the campaign. By the way, I don't feel like doing this, so all of your characters
all die
die.
off
Everyone
screen.
dies.
A meteor hits Falbian, and
Like
you all
Mad,
die.
like spoiler alert, Mad Eye just dies off screen and makes me believe things.
Well, you can just pull like what Iluvatar did to Numenor, and then just like crack the
Words I
to the
don't
west
know.
to the west of Middle Earth. There was the island of Numenor, where, like the first realms of men, the Numenorians, and the first realms of elves. And long story short, Iluvatar got mad, cracked the world, made it round because it was flat Earth at first, and then sunk the island of Numenor, which is where Aragorn comes from because he's one of the last lines of Numenor, which is why he dies at 207 years old, and in the Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, he's like 90 years old.
Couldn't
So
even-
that
FYI,
was
if
all
you
the
ever have any
Silmarillion,
Lord of the Ring
wasn't it?
questions, please message Jeremy. He will probably be able to answer all of them.
Did
for
you know he broke his foot here?
It was his toe. Okay. Oh, this is a random thing offshoot, but the actors that portray Merry and Pippin are actually on Jim Jeffries' podcast. Really excited for that.
Oh.
Nerd.
But
The two that were like just happy to be there.
oh, by the way, we did get some merch. And wait, what did Jack say?
horse.
We didn't get anything in.
It was going for sale. Never mind.
Yeah,
But
Jag,
as far as,
Curls
like,
got all of our
after-
merch.
Never
We weren't
mind.
here on time, so
Yeah,
get fucked.
yeah.
Yes, but as far as after the session, what I hope happens is that we could potentially find somebody in Yaris that I imagine somebody knows Yasorna, because if she's the one that does it, and it's a common knowledge that during Fell Night somebody does it. If not, it's a rotating schedule. That way she can get a proper burial, and her death and memory can be honored in some way. Even if that tavern's not named, potentially somebody can like name it after her or like something about her. And but I am curious as to who might come back, because he did pack in a lot of really cool, colorful NPCs, and I think it would be a shame for at least a few of them not to be reused, whether they're good or bad, neutral. We just happen to see him again. But I'm also
Try
not
make
convinced
friends.
that we saw the last of Lazorna.
Tempest dies.
Not-
What if we just come back every single year, and every single year there's a murder there when we're there for Fell Night?
I swear it's not us. I don't know why it's not like this now. It's different. It's been a long road.
What'd you say,
Who's your
Kate?
next character?
I hope Tempest dies. Fuck that guy.
Why does every character that doesn't blow you need to die?
Dude,
Every
I was like,
character that's
oh,
like,
Then it's
yes,
the
you're better
ego.
than me. You're more
It's the
powerful. I
ego.
should submit to you. Why do they
If there
all suck
hasn't-
in your mind?
I
in my head.
because he was too suspicious and he wasn't helping with anything. And he
He
didn't.
didn't
He was,
care.
Fuck.
He had
Yeah.
the king. He had the king complex, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And he-
If
Fair
you
enough.
could, all right. Let me just ask you
You
this
know-
question: if you could even incorrectly make yourself go from one place to vastly different continents in the blink of an eye, would you think you're better than people? I think you would.
Yep.
I don't know. I never made a character like that.
Yeah, but all for he used the magical item and got him in the wrong place. For all
did.
you know, it fucked him up.
I do like that because I mean, like when you play as like obviously you're the PC, and even at level 1, you're already vastly farther advanced, I suppose, than your common person. And depending on the backstory, you're right. Like there's already a general hierarchy of what a level 1 adventurer is compared to a common person, and obviously as you level you should sort of be fighting people that are relatively close to your same level. Long story short, like Tempest was definitely, even if he was not like a different level than us, yeah, he was essentially like an air elemental in like a corporeal form. So he's like a cat boy that's just like, no, let's not be hasty. He's like, I'm literally the wind. I'm the wind. The thing that governs
I
most things.
am an element.
Yeah,
Side-
literally, yeah.
I am
I'm
on
part
the
of science.
table, bitch.
Yeah.
Side note, that was definitely like you making a Storm Sorcerer Air Ganassi, wasn't it?
I don't know if he's a storm sorcerer. I just made an air genasi
Okay.
that's powerful. I don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
he is.
Fire.
He's a caster, but like I think I said
There
it
you
off
go.
stream. I don't think I said on stream. My favorite thing that anyone did in that entire session is him just getting out of bed. It was just
I was just gonna say that, like, he couldn't
Yeah.
just like slide over and just
Nope.
like a
Too good.
normal thing.
yeah. Picture like you know how I don't remember. I think it's maybe it was Agent Smith, but Neo or someone. They're laying on the ground and they do this. They go
Dude.
and
Yeah.
they they stand up.
Yeah.
And I just picture him doing that, but with air. Just
If we were to fight them, or like if we decided to become murder hobos again,
what fight all of them?
or like usual, yeah, would you be ready for that or no?
I mean, I could have whipped it up fast. You guys would have had to do theater of the mind for the whole fight. But
You know how well that went last time.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that.
Well,
goes-
time it-
all,
a lot
so
of
when
people
you're
went off
talking
camera.
about seeing these colorful characters, in my head, I'm like, you know, you could be sitting next to a level 20 anyone at any point in this campaign and not necessarily know it, right? Like, you guys could have been, like, Quinn could be a level 20 rogue. My point being is, like, there are powerful people out there. I don't want, they're not, like, super frequent to the point where, like, every town you go in, there's going to be someone that's stronger than you, because then what's the point of adventurers, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But, like, you know, these people you're just chatting with, you haven't seen them do anything. So for all you know, like Tempest might have this complex because, yeah, he is a level 20 Air Genasi Storm Sorcerer, right? Like he can teleport through planes, or you
He's
know,
doing 12
even,
level magic.
yeah, even Yazareth, he could be, you know, a level 20 fighter, and this is like his item bestowed to him by his queen. Like, you guys don't know. Just as like when they speak to you, actually, you know, you guys are different because you're a party, but like if you one of you, like if just, you know, June walked into a bar and was speaking to someone, no one would have no idea unless she was like, hey, look at how cool I crash.
At the same time,
Maybe she
like,
had a few drinks.
are there people that are going around that's like, oh shit, that's so and so, they fucking did this and this?
Where the bards at telling stories about people?
Yeah.
I guess you guys will have to wait till
Yeah,
next
bye.
session to see if anyone recognizes you, huh?
They would have either they died in the winter or they would have
Hint.
already been like.
Either they died, they're frozen.
So are
So
we?
you're
So
saying
we're
there's
leaving the
possibly-
tavern.
There's possibly somebody there that knows us.
As you guys level up, there's gonna be like when you guys are level 20, there's gonna be nobody in the land that does not know who you guys are. So
Yeah.
like
Right.
as you guys do think, like you guys just freed Freyas, and obviously the mayor's gonna be like, yeah, the collective, because you guys named yourself for the first time there, freed Freyas. So it's like you are gonna
did
catch a name for yourself. So it's not gonna be like Celeria. Everyone Celeria now knows you, but yeah.
Yeah.
The chat is singing your stores.
Stories.
Stories.
Oh.
Yeah.
He spells things wrong
Shit.
frequently.
The
Well,
chat
you
is
say
our
things
bard.
wrong frequently. Don't insult our audience.
I'm insulting my friend, okay?
Speaking of
Different.
mispronouncing things, when we found out, not to jump to the end of the episode, when we found out about Yazareth and searching for the heirloom, was that kind of in the moment towards the end, or
Was that Nick?
what?
Are you
That
talking
did that?
about me? Like what I came up with?
Who did that?
Yeah, as
did
far
what?
as like,
Oh,
because as because you made like there was what 6 characters in there, and
I'll actually.
we had
yeah.
to find out like where they were from, what their motives were, what they were doing prior, what they were hoping to do before getting caught up here. How much did you have like not an overture, that's music, like an overall idea, or were certain things just kind of, you know,
So I have a really good answer for you, and it was impromptu 8 hours before the session. But so what I have, I'll just read my exact note over for Yazareth. Yazareth traveled from the Underdark, was seeking an heirloom of a family that lived in Freyas and got caught in Fell Night. In this, Lazarna said, so it's not ruining anything. The heirloom belonged to his queen's family, and her estranged sister is part of house. I can't tell you the house name, that might be important later, but the house that he was looking for. So yeah, that wasn't made up except when I made it up before the session.
So you were prepared.
I was prepared. And yeah.
I was about to say, it's non-magical because Alar didn't detect it.
Well, it's not on him.
He didn't.
He's
Yeah,
trying to find
yeah,
it.
he was going to
has
find
yet.
it. Yeah.
He was searching
Side
for it.
note, I was really worried that it was like this big powerful artifact, and then I was like, "Hang on, let's not kill the person."
Yeah, let's
that,
not get him
like
outta here
she's the
yet.
good one.
Yeah.
I mean, she killed someone, but she's this drow.
So have we.
I was about to say, so have we multiple
It's
times.
like, wait, hold on. You mean this ring? You're picturing it's like something that can just like Thanos things out of existence. And like, wait, no, we need to know more.
I was
No,
about
it's
to say,
okay.
at this
That's
point,
what I was
next
thinking when I was
session-
like, "Hold on."
Yeah,
next
it
session
makes
we can
sense.
use Ecclesi's power to tell the mayor that there's a drow coming.
No, June
I'll
has
tell
to
you what,
apologize to
the
Yazareth.
The
She'll
Freyas in that is
ask
a
about
misspell. The estate is like a hamlet somewhere near here. I made that up during the session, and I'll stick to what I said in the session. But the note, he was supposed to be going to Freyas, but then like when I was describing where people were going, it got all muddied. So I just said he's looking for a hamlet, and I just picture a home, a huge homestead with smaller buildings.
A summer palace somewhere,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
the Palace of Versailles, which is like an hour outside of the city.
It's fun that you did
Air.
throw a drow in there though. Yeah, because even if
that
like
was
you
fun.
decided to not keep it to wizards lore, because that's a fun part about D&D. You can make up whatever you want about whatever you want, but it is fun to know that like in your world, drow are pretty reclusive, and so one pops out, you're like, ooh, this might be a pretty big thing, and this guy's like,
what you doing?
yeah, I'm gonna go out and we don't normally do that, and really caught up in a murder mystery tanglement. Fucking
Right.
sick.
And I'm glad it came off that way with him too, because that's why he didn't want to. Obviously, the reasons for him not like saying here's the sword, right? But like that's why he's just like I don't care about any of this. In his head, he's like I'll just if you think it's me, I'll just kill all of you. Like
Yeah, he's like, but I
do
can't
not
just
care.
leave because it's Fell Night.
yeah, he's like I'm stuck here, and I'll be stuck here with company or with luggage. All right, your choice.
If it was nice, I would have left.
yeah. As
Ooh,
a DM,
Jag got a
how much
question.
of this is made up on the spot, and how much is prepared in detail? Well,
Oh.
Carlson, you're all
Carl.
cheating.
Did she do that so
I
quickly?
know, like how?
that was
I
like
think
I was
she
like,
did
oh,
what I-
Nightbot posted, and then it was like, holy.
I think
whoa.
she did what I do, and I just put haha with the thing in there, and then the second I see it, I just slam enter.
I cheat.
That carrot was supposed to be in the back, so you
Oh.
DQ'd.
Oh, yeah. But to answer your question, Jag, I would say if I want to be modest 50-50, I'd say. I want to say it's like 80-20 and 80 of it's winging it. But that's just because the party surprises me every time. I can put a wall in front of them and they dig under it instead of walk around it. So it's...
Or turn the wall into a snail.
Yeah, so it's pretty 50-50, I'd say, but I say that to not pat myself on the back, but it's probably closer to a more extreme metric. I try to go in with very loose notes.
Loose notes
I feel
Is that just from-
sink boats.
Is that from experience of playing with us and realizing that there's not?
I feel like it's your style too. Like
Having
it's individualized.
specific notes is not necessarily
Yeah, I feel like
beneficial.
I feel I've learned that way, and then talking with like
From
Nick
Stu?
and like seeing how much Jeremy, or not like how much as in like it's like a monster amount, but just like how much you actually do prepare. I think that is just more my style, is not having much, like set. Like even in like my binder here, like I have like your guys' travel stuff. And then, like, we get into, the different, factions. but even the different factions have like 3 pages at most, and these like big stat blocks you're seeing, like they're like the leaders of them. So it's like
The big
it's,
bads.
even the huge organizations I have are really shrunk, so it's not like I get into minute details where then it's like, well, fuck, who's this person, how do they tie in? And then even your guys' backstories we kept simple. So I guess I try to do as much
Some
of a
more simpler
skeleton.
than others.
Like, I was
Jeremy's
gonna, like,
writing his note.
I don't prepare that much for factions really. I more prepare on a session to session basis.
Well, we
I
have,
think I have
that
ideas
was all
for the
prep. Like
factions,
I did
but-
all that before
yeah.
the session started, but that's
Right.
because like obviously those 3 factions are pretty much doing
Big,
everything around.
big part of the story.
Do you have hundreds of scenarios prepared and then pull them out when it comes up, or really see?
See the pants.
Yeah, pretty much see the
That is a
pants.
phrase.
I will
What
say
does that mean?
that a lot of times, because just like my humor, where Michael likes to look at icicles standing underneath him. I pull most of my humor from other people being funny, being able to remember that funny more than the other people around me. So I would say another part of my DM style is seeing cool things in movies or TV shows, or I'd say books, but like the
100%.
half of a book I've read, and then being like, oh, this will be cool, let's put it in D&D, and then just being like, all right, now there's a talking donkey and an ogre.
Shakar.
Yeah.
That sound is that the Mummy?
Yes. Wrong
With
side
classic
of the
American actor
river.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser's
Fraser.
chapped ass.
Is that a
Why is it weird that I watched that movie recently?
What, Brendan Fraser's
It's
chapped
not.
ass?
It'd be weird
No,
if
I
you
watched The
hadn't
Mummy.
watched The Mummy recently. Fucking amazing movie. What do you?
That's a good
really well
movie.
Which one?
Great movie.
The first one, the original.
Both of them.
I was gonna say, all of them.
They
Except
made
Tom
more than
Cruise.
one.
Well,
What's
it's not.
the,
Yeah,
what's the one with
except
the
Tom
Rock in
Cruise,
it?
Yeah, yeah.
When does the Rock show up in the
It's
Mummy?
the second one.
In the Scorpion
No.
King.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that the
because
same
no,
thing?
the Rock showed
Any-
up in
any
like the
questions
Mummy
at all,
2
John?
as the Scorpion King, and then there was the Scorpion King. There was
Yeah.
1930 odd The Mummy, which is really good as well.
What I will say, Jag, I guess for simpler terms, because you always have to find your own like way and style. You might want to write 10 pages for an hour-long session, where somebody would just be like, "I showed up with a pen, not even some paper, and we're ready to play."
Yep.
I like thinking
Where-
about it like how Detroit Becomes Human, like where it's like the you have encounter or you have obstacle, obstruction, whatever it is, and there's X amount of ways that you pre-prepare for the thing to be done. And depending on which one they pick, it's just like like a dialogue tree or it branches
butterfly
out. That way you have like more control over it. But then also Then it also depends on your players, because you could have Fern could be sandboxing and people are like, no, I need direction. I need to be like, I jump over the river or I float down the river. I just want to be able to pick a choice and not like think of one. And since
Like,
Anthony's been
survive.
DMing for us forever, it's mostly like sandboxed with like some some bumpers. We're not just like plot. But
we
what's
need a
over
few
here?
bumpers,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
And-
Otherwise,
and-
we end up making stew for like 3 hours.
First of
I
all-
would say if you're trying to really, if you are thinking you over prepare, something you could try for a session or two, which is what I tried and found that I loved it, is know where you start and know where you want to end, and don't really get much in between, and just kind of. But Jeremy's right; it also comes down to your players, so it depends. But knowing where you start and where you want to end will be a lot easier than just knowing where you start. So just know that you want them to end at the tavern and they're starting at the graveyard, and trickle it out through there and have them end at the tavern somehow.
But two
That
things.
is yeah.
One, I've been a player for Jag, and he's a good DM. Second of all, what I find as a DM is that like most of the time, or at least in particular in the beginning, you're learning so much that like, and even now, I'm always learning new things. So like, yeah, like a part of being a DM is your players saying, "Can I do this?" and you being like, I don't remember there being a rule for that, so either I'm gonna make one up, or I'm gonna look it up, or
Just say no.
or just
No.
yeah,
Welcome to
no.
chess.
What are you gonna do instead? No. No, but yeah, there's a lot of like, you know what? I don't actually know. Let me think for a moment. That's like totally fine. And also, yeah, but being okay with your players going off the beaten path is difficult to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun symbiotic relationship with players and DMs because everybody, praises like Chris Perkins and Matt Colville, Matt Mercer, and all like these great DMs, and to take away from them. But if they had a bunch of shitheads for players, they wouldn't even get to do all the cool things that they can do as a DM.
Right.
So that's the fun thing about not just DMing but Dungeons and Dragons is that everybody works together to make their night much more fun. Even like if you have DMs that are vibing with certain players, and then other players might be being that stick in the spoke, so to speak. It's one of the few like games that you have to like work together to have a good time, as opposed to like, well, I'm just gonna play this video game and whatever is already in there is what's gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
I'll try to make this analogy up on the spot, but I kind of picture it as if Tolkien was writing a book, but for children. It's a lot of wasted talent. So, just like with what Jeremy said, where you could be, a Matt Mercer, but if you're playing with a bunch of murder hobo shitlords that don't care, then you're Tolkien writing a children's book. So,
And also,
although the Hobbit was actually geared towards kids, but we'll move on.
there you go. Anytime it pops up, you take 2 sips, and it should be played when the chat thinks a player is being silly. Thoughts?
We'll have to see how the rest of the chat reacts to it.
Yeah, you'll have to
More
bring it.
drinking. Yeah.
No, you can't
Yeah,
drink. It's
I know,
water
I have
for
my
you and
Diet
water for you
Coke.
and only. No, you can't even drink that. Water. Wawa.
Water.
Agua.
Hydrate.
Drink it.
Good.
There you
funny
go.
enough, what I have in this, like genuinely, I was drinking gin and tonic earlier, but
I
now
was
it's
about to spit
Genuinely?
it out, but
this is
Genuinely.
water now.
Did your glass not know if it can make up its mind between being a shot glass and a cup?
I didn't buy these. I did break one about a month ago, but I did
I
not
didn't buy
buy
it,
these
but I broke
glasses. Yeah.
It's like a standard
I know.
beer.
What's nice about it is that the perfect amount for gin is about there, and so you fill it
a
up.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can put in the tonic after that.
We are all Gandalf.
We
now.
all Gandalf now.
Oh, no.
Can't wait to
Potatoes, what
see-
did you do?
Can't wait to see that in Tavern Talk. But just to kind of bring it back just a little bit, I am curious.
he
Um,
did it to Zio's thing too.
Did he really?
I didn't play it yet, but I just scrolled down on the
Oh, that's
thumbnail.
I'm gonna save
I
it.
can't-
For,
yeah,
I'm gonna save it
till
for after. Yeah.
But what?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What
I'm a
time?
looking old dude.
Gandalf the White.
What time or maybe something specific happened were you guys the most fucking confused? Where you're like if
A lot of
if-
it.
Well, right, but like if Kildrith was like said this, and now you're like, well, now I have no fucking clue. Like, was there any moment where it was just like overbearing, like, I don't fucking know now?
I had
Second Zone of
Tempest, and
Truth.
then the second Zone of Truth came around, and I was like, Tempest. Oh fuck, it's not Tempest.
The second zone of truth really.
right.
It's
Yeah.
me again, dude.
No, it's
I
not.
have the evidence.
No,
You know
it's
what?
not.
No.
No, it's not. I got you again.
Fuck you.
I got you again.
That's me. That's you.
I got you
Whose
again.
channel?
It
Well,
shows Jeremy on mine.
It doesn't matter.
Third place.
I am running the channel stream. Whatever I see is law.
I got Cade.
You okay? Shut up.
It was glad.
Third place.
But yeah.
After Jag's unrelated comment.
Can you
Exactly.
imagine we get like 30 people in on this
No,
game and
he
chat
was
just all of a sudden
Jag. No, Jag made a funny because Anthony's asking if there was any point where we're like, what the fuck is going on?
oh, episode 1 of it. Yeah.
Episode 1.
Okay, for real, though. It was literally like, well, yeah, you guys are now all accused of murdering a high noble, and his name is Noodle.
Fucking damn it, Tates.
Actually,
Damn it.
this-
And I fucked it up.
is this
We had
technically
lasagna.
not our first murder mystery?
I mean,
Technically,
Yes, it is.
Wasn't the
true.
first? Now that I think about
It
it,
was.
you guys didn't solve a mystery. You guys still don't know who killed him.
It was.
They were the archers,
No, it
I
was.
thought.
How do you know?
It was the
It was-
tabaxi.
Killed it.
It was
They had
Needle.
the-
It was Needle. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
what was his name? Needle.
We haven't found
you
them
don't
yet.
you don't even know that for gospel. That's just your current information.
Well, we're almost
Enough
30
for me.
episodes in. I wonder
Go
when we're
get
gonna
'em.
get to
I
it.
swear to God, if
I'll
this
go
is
get
the
'em.
you
one
guys
red
have
herring
been
play ever.
so far off of the Who Killed New Doll train. At this point, it
We're on
should
a
be a pamphlet.
That's because I thought we solved it. Apparently not. I was like, the Archers did it, and they were paid by someone, and then we'll leave it at that.
I
We
was
don't
na-
get paid enough.
I was
That's really
named
cool.
after how hobbits
Yeah.
name their daughters, and my oldest sister is named Yavanna.
Yavanna.
After what?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
Yavanna
I
was
didn't know
a
that.
Yavanna was a
after the
Meyer.
goddess that created. The
Yeah,
Ents.
she
My dad
breathed
is a
the-
big
she
Tolkien
breathed-
fan.
She breathed life into the Ents and created most of the forest creatures.
Nerd.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Good,
Yavanna's one of my
good.
favorite Meyer or Valar. Well, same kind of.
All right, let me ask you this: Could you go against Colbert in a Tolkien off?
Probably not, because I'd poop and then pee, and then I'd get real embarrassed. And just,
You will
And I'd be
also,
like,
I think,
"Cut a
like,
commercial."
not that you didn't, but he grew up and was so not popular that that's all he had.
Me.
You had baseball at least.
What other things?
Baseball.
But yeah, so what?
Yavanna's husband, Aule.
What? At
Aule.
what point were you guys the most fucking confused? Like pieces were
Zone of
not
Truth
together.
2.
What was
Second
it?
Zone of Truth for me.
too?
Yeah, second
Zone of Truth
yeah.
to the Electric Boogaloo. That fucked me up.
The electric boogaloo.
That fucked me up. Sat there and I was like, well, now it's everyone, and it's like 20 minutes till
Yeah.
the session ends. Let's go.
Yeah, there was a lot of times where I was like, what could be this one, or it could be this one, or it could be this one. Why is everyone so suspicious?
Yeah, everyone's like, I don't know. Me neither. Nope. I was expecting to see more finger pointing because they all showed up with the exception of Yazareth and Lizorna. They all showed up separately, so I figured they're like, are you really blaming me? Nobody was like, it already felt right off the bat it was us versus them as opposed to like us versus individual, and then we're all kind of bouncing around because we weren't gonna
Them
use each
versus
other.
us too. Yeah.
Yeah, so like there was never a moment until like the end when we hopefully got the right one. It wasn't like Belky was like, I don't know, that bitch is suspicious. And Killdrip is just like, are you kidding me? Look at you tits. It's just
Right.
like there's never like infighting
It's so
amongst them.
suspicious.
Well, what I will say is
little
I
bit,
am
but-
happy about the choice of not having them infight too much now that I think of it because of how
We would just watch you act.
Well, not even that.
I
Like,
would've
I'm okay
liked
with
to have
that, but
seen that,
like,
though.
think of it this way too. And this is gonna sound insulting. I don't mean it that way, but you guys were so off track until very, very end, right? If I
You guys
had
suck
them,
so bad.
if I had
So
them
bad.
start pointing fingers, and I would have to make somewhat rational thoughts of why they would think this, you guys would then be like, "But that's a good point." No, I see where she's coming from, though.
Yeah.
So it's
Hey,
like
but
that's
what-
adding
the
even
nail.
more on top of
Yep,
the mystery.
yep.
So
See,
it's
that's
like,
what the nail in the coffin, though, is when Yasorna, or not Yasorna,
Nail in the
sorry,
coffee.
Mrs. Lasagna over there was starting to accuse everyone. And then it was
Man,
just
she's
like,
got long rot. She ain't got long.
nope.
Mrs. Lasagna.
to think I was gonna help.
DM assist.
She should have stuck to the Among Us
It was a
strategy.
DM
Just
assist.
shut up and
What did I
fuck things
miss?
up.
What's a
Yeah,
DM
shh,
assist?
and let's vote.
I was saying you helped us. You
Oh.
guided us in the.
No, we
into
did it
some-
all.
The
No,
only
I am.
only
I am
thing-
not a proud enough player to say that. Like that, Anthony, you are a gracious
needed a
DM.
hand.
You.
We needed a hand.
You
Players
let
are
us,
the
but
core
you
of
let
the
us
game.
struggle. You let us
We
struggle
did
for a
it.
while, and then we kind of like had a
We did
we
it.
had some like little tidbit leads, and then you were like, all right,
It was all us.
they need a little bit. They need a little push.
So I only
Yeah,
think there
I
was
knew it the whole
only
time. I
one
just
time where I
wanted
was
to
like,
tell
here
the
is a
story.
You guys
blatant
and your
hit.
egos.
Like when it came to the murder weapon and the venom and stuff like that, like I just like set it to like confirm the thing you guys were debating, being like, yes, this is what happened, this is the murder weapon, yada yada. But the only time I was like, here is a hint, was because you guys were always already really confused. You went to the basement, you found the crossbow, right? So you found the murder weapon, and then you left, and then you guys were really hanging up on who got into the door and when. And they're like, well, it could have happened, you know, and that was the only one where I was like, I need to give you the hint of it didn't happen. Like, I needed to tell you, like, here are the things you've discovered, here's the answer, because if you guys thought that it happened during Fell Night, then I think you guys never would have
We
guessed.
wouldn't have gotten it. Yeah.
Right.
Like I said,
Yeah,
I think
that would not have been a good session for a cliffhanger. I felt like I was glad that it wrapped up, even if it was even though it was a longer episode with no break. That was the first session we did no intermission on.
Yep.
And it's like it's like almost a 5-hour session of just like mental sweating. Yeah, I'm glad we did wrap it up because if like it was like a 5-hour session with no break and we still didn't get it, I felt like that would have been like fuck. And then
that would feel like doing the Curse of Strahd.
Oh my goodness,
Horrible.
Curse of Strahd could suck a butt.
Speaking of which, I'm picking up the special edition on Friday.
Fuck
Curse
you.
of Strahd.
Fuck you.
No, the guy to
gonna be shelf
Ravenloft.
candy.
The guide to
Oh,
Ravenloft.
the book.
Yeah, I got 2 copies sitting
Yeah.
for me. So.
Oh,
I
are
would
they
collect that?
making,
Don't ever play it.
Are they making
No,
like a campaign, kind of like what they did with Eberron?
They
or,
redid. They
Ravnica?
redid
Oh, cool.
Ravenloft.
Yeah.
And Curse of Strahd did not make it so.
Got an
balls.
LE cover for it. This is gonna be sweet.
But no, I'm getting those. I gotta get all of the actual modules because they actually have like
Fun like
water
puzzles
elemental
and stuff.
night things that I'm forgetting the name of. We have minis for them. They're in
Ooh.
a module and nowhere else, but there's minis for them, and that's annoying.
Right.
A little bit.
Yeah, Fern's the crazy
know the
person that literally
hold
buys 2 of every book. So he buys the LE and the standard. So he can have the LE on the table or on the thing, and then he can actually thumb through it. I see. I got.
You are like
I
a
gotta hand-
D&D meme. You are
Oh
a
my
D&D meme of like falling down the rabbit hole, and it's like, oh, where did all my money go?
In 20
Anthony's feet
years.
going up just made me fucking die.
Here's the thing.
a
Here's the
little
thing. Here's
bit.
the thing. Right now we're calling him a meme, but in 20 years he's gonna be that dude that they call the Pokemon King because he's
Yeah.
collected like all the fucking Pokemon cards, and, now he's a
they're selling for, like,
multi-millionaire.
100
Yeah,
million
yeah.
each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's
You're
gonna
like,
fucking happen.
Okay,
Tag's got a question
I'm
about
sitting
the,
on a handful.
So did you guys have a safety in place if the show ended and if still had not solved it, or just pick it up another show?
I
Like,
would have gone to sleep.
Yeah,
Fuck
I-
you guys
Okay.
kill me. I try.
I genuinely would not have been looking forward to the first part of the other thing because like cliffhangers are great when it's like this person comes out and they're like, "Hey, you, I have something to teach you," or like because all the cliffhangers that Fern does is really good. But if it was just like because how do you cliffhang that? And you couldn't figure it out, and it's midnight.
You
See
guys
you next
suck.
week.
Good
Yeah.
luck next time.
You guys
Sun
go
is
to.
rising and you guys are all exhausted.
You guys are going to bed, and there's still a murderer in there. Sleep well.
That'd have
So,
been
yeah,
really funny.
yeah,
Wake-
right.
Wake up and be like, "Okay, where were we?"
So
Yeah.
I do have a question.
All right.
Do you guys like? Obviously, the timing can be varying, but you can kind of feel when a session's ending. When I start the wrap up sentence, do you guys instantly know that this
Yeah,
is
Sort
the
of,
last?
and I don't
yeah.
think that's a bad. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Well,
Like,
that's why, because like how I would wrap it would be like, so as you all sit here contemplating who the murderer truly is,
Yeah.
not knowing who to blame, that
That's
is
when
where
I
we'll
go.
pick up next
No, no,
session.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
End
Yeah.
scene.
That's why what was it, episode 27, I believe it was.
No
But
cliffhanger.
we ended it relatively early, and I think that's good to do that because once things get around like 10:30, I'm expecting close to a wrap up. So when I feel like more things are being like shoved into it, as I'm
While
talking,
he was
How?
talking.
How?
you want to know why? Because I have the sticky fingers of and that's not what I wanted to say. I have the quick
Cat-like
fingers.
reflexes.
But yeah, damn
the
it.
sticky fingers.
I beat you to the speaking part.
Thank
Yeah.
you. But no,
Arguably more important.
with this dude, I can hear that in your voice too, Tates. But yeah,
This
once like
dude.
10 o'clock starts wrapping up or starts coming around, it's usually like because like I mean we're doing a show for everybody, and I like that it's free form. I also think that it should be sort of structured. We're like around ish 9 o'clock. We know we're gonna be trying to take a break for our sakes and for everybody else's sake to use the restroom and all that stuff.
Roundish.
And then around-ish 10:30, I'm like expecting sort of a wrap-up. So it's fun that if it goes longer, that's fine. If it gets cut around like 9:30, it's only like a 3-hour session, which
Yeah.
is like a good, like that's why it's like, oh shit, no. And it's better to do that sometimes to be like, well, we just wrapped a part up. I could start planting the seeds for next session, or we can just hit a cliffhanger like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since we're trying to entertain like our friends around the world and stuff like that, and it's nice to be able to throw a cliffhanger every possible chance you get.
I'll
So
try
I
to do it
feel
every
like-
episode because Jay gave me
Yeah.
shit and now he can go fuck himself.
And the cliffhangers are great, and even if it's in the middle, it doesn't have to be like and then all of a sudden you see a shadow, and we'll see what that is next week. But I felt like it would have been a real big letdown, even if I was just like a fan watching, where it's like, man, it's midnight, and as you guys try and try, you just can't. But we have to end this. You suck. See you in a week. Because then what would the next Explore in the Archives be? So how do you guys feel when you guys fucking failed?
That'd be good.
I guess it would be
That'd
just
be
you guys
interesting.
discussing the clues, pretty much.
That'd be a really
Metagaming
good...
it a bit.
Well, luckily this might not happen again. Probably will, and this is not gonna be.
I will tell you,
enjoy
I'm proud
this.
of you guys because I would say not one of you went into a metagame discussion about it until I said, hey, you guys want to take some time to talk about it?
It's because
And
we're
then-
good players and we respect
yeah.
the
No,
DM.
you're really good. And then Jeremy's like, oh, thank Christ. So who the fuck is this? I think like
my
everybody
God.
else was kind of like, like just really confused. But I'm pretty sure I watched Jeremy go, oh, thank God. When I was like, you guys want to talk about it?
Meanwhile,
forget,
my Monday crew.
Yeah, Monday
It was
crew
just
is
meta.
like,
It
I
was
was
meta
saying,
the entire fucking
90% of it is meta, and then 10% of it is like, do you want to do
Oh,
this?
no.
No. All right, so are we sure we want to do this, guys?
I feel like it'd be like the excitement that Travis Willingham had when he goes from playing Grog to playing Ford. He's just like, oh my god, it feels so good that I can say things and think about things now before he just be like, I put the bucket on my head. Now he's like, let us think about this for a while.
I was about to say he really did just have a completely 180 character.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like when
Everybody
you
kind of
do
did.
it-
Look at not Liam. Liam was dark and brooding, and now he's dark and brooding. But look at
was gonna
Laura. She had, you
Oh,
know, yes, darling. And now it's like, Trevor. You know, it's like very different.
Sunshine,
They're
lollipops.
professional
Rainbows
voice
and that.
actors. I would expect no less.
Some of them are.
I'm waiting for an edit
Every-
with that.
everyone
sound
but
one
and,
of
like, animated.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Laura
didn't realize
Bailey.
one of them wasn't.
Everyone went with two of them. I
Yeah,
think
Sam and Marisha aren't.
no Samus.
Professional boy.
I don't think
Says-
Talus and Marisha.
Oh, I know Marisha
There's
has a.
no way in hell.
Yeah, we'll all just settle on it's just Marisha.
Well, none of us here are.
DM is right.
I will throw
yeah,
out
that's
to the
true.
chat. Is there any final questions before we wrap up that you guys would like to ask? And then I will kind of ask the group here. So, going forward, you guys are getting to a eventual fork in the road where I know June has
Spork in the
been
road?
adamant against going there, but pretty much where it's going to be decided whether you want to go straight to Summit's Peak or if yeah, nice try, Lutz. Wow, you got
You
him.
got Jeremy.
No, I did it
Ah.
on purpose. That
Nope.
was the fucking.
Nope. Now you fucked up.
Do you guys
I did
They
on
did.
purpose too, but
do you think you'll go straight to Summit's Peak, or do you think you guys will try to go to June's hometown?
June seems to want to avoid her hometown.
I was about to say,
at all
June
costs.
said no. and I
Sometimes
think we
you
have
need to make your
respect
friends force or talk about the problems.
Yeah, everybody answer. I'll answer last for this.
God,
Yeah,
Potence
no.
was
Right.
on that
Ah,
shit
son of
from
a bitch.
different continent.
I had it ready too.
From a different continent, that
I know.
motherfucker got you.
No,
Damn it,
June
Tabs.
scares the fuck out of me.
Lightning
So
fast.
I will
Hard
respect
line
it
into the
instantly.
satellite.
Why
Dude,
does June
I swear to
scare you?
God, he was like, fucking do it.
I know.
Got him.
Too many times have I seen June
Had 'em.
go into like an angry and her hair floats.
Ooh.
I'm just like, nope, no.
Yeah,
no.
Dude,
we'll
Jag
take a,
just
we'll take a look at Jag's question in a second. But Jeremy, what do you
Yeah.
think? Do you think you'll go, or do you just, we'll go to Summit's Peak?
Well, me personally, Jeremy wants to see more backstory stuff with all the characters in general, especially June, because I mean, just even as a role player, I feel like we just always steamroll over when Jess wants to talk sometimes. But
It's
that's just kinda how
justified.
it
It's
goes.
completely justified.
Yeah, never anything important
Thanks.
came out of that face.
Thanks.
But I tease and I love you. See you in a second. We share the same roof. I would
Please.
personally, and for the sake of Anthony's world creation, I would like to see a new town. But we've already seen so much on this travel that I would, before we go to another town, potentially start a new story, mini anything. I'd like to start tying off some threads with the story that we do have. Ecclesias, on the other hand, respects the opinions of his friends. So if all of a sudden, June's like, you know what? Let's go home. There's a really good KFC that just fries the chicken just right, and I haven't had it in years. So the answer is both.
Aiden.
Well, to Jag's question, what is next for the show as a whole? Not the game, but where would you like to see AA turn into? Merch spinoffs? Merch for everyone but you. But other than that...
That's a big question.
That is a big
Tetris,
question.
Zelda.
I have an idea of something that we might get going next week. We'll see.
I guess the overarching, if I had to just kind of pinpoint it to be a simple answer, yes, merch would be awesome, but I would like to see other campaigns ran on the channel on different days other than just Falbian. More maybe because I can play in them, but also just to see the different brilliant minds and fun characters that other people can come up with. The collective.
That's why I like doing the one shots, because it's a little more laid back. People can get the Carrie Trues and the Polly Dartons in, and hopefully some of our other friends that we played with. Our friend Josh has subbed in a couple times, had a good time. So, and we have a lot of other great people that we'd love to get in and whatnot. That's just my own opinion on it, because sharing my favorite hobby with people that also have that same hobby. But on the to be short about it as well, because we're constantly in contact and hanging out and talking about what we want to try to do, finances and time permitting. We there's a lot of we've mentioned before. There's a lot of fun projects that we have. We're trying to work on, but as everybody knows, and it should be pretty clear that we have other things going on outside of the stream. Unfortunately, doing normal life stuff like everybody else is. So, everybody else, we get caught up in doing other things, and just busy with certain stuff. But we love that you guys are still hanging out and watching and hopefully having a good time, because that motivates us to want to put our ideas out there and hopefully entertain you guys, or have you guys be like, that's a bad idea, go back to this, or whatever it is. That you guys are helping us have the platform to entertain people, and we all genuinely love that. So Nick's had ideas, Cade's got one shot ideas, we all have a lot of fun ideas we want to try. It's just time permitting and all that stuff. So just to wrap up my point, I'd like to see AA turn into and also exclusive YouTube stuff, not just specifically streaming, but I'd like to see AA turn into a multimedia storytelling thing, where if you come to Twitch to watch Falbian or any one shot, then you might see background information on the Instagram that you can swipe in for story slides or something like that, and then that can help you engage in either predictions or interactive chat things. So not just a marketing thing to get people to follow multiple socials and stuff like that, but just fun tools, like how Mixer had basically games you can play with the entire chat, where you all decided to vote on what you did for role-playing games and stuff. There's so many possibilities, but the bottom line is we just love that you guys hang out and follow us, and you allow us an audience to try things with. But that's my long-winded thing.
Very well said. Cade?
I mean, honestly, I would just love to see it flourish and become this, like Jeremy said, a multimedia
MCN.
platform. Huh? What?
An MCN.
Right. Just love to see it grow into the point where, yeah, merch is awesome and everything, but just we get to share a story with a lot of people and, reach to everyone's creativity and get more people involved with doing, fun D&D stuff. And there's people out there that may not be the prototypical D&D player, but may love to do it. So it'd be really fun to see all that.
Yeah, and maybe inspire other people to try things or to get back into something, or be like, oh, I never thought I could do this with D&D. Now I want to try it. That's even with music outside of making the fantasy music. I just always like the idea of inspiring at least one person to maybe have a happier day or whatever, or to inspire them to do something else. And I like that idea of Anthony making a cool NPC and having a crazy wacky voice, and they're like, that's fun, I want to try to do that, or who knows. But like the bottom line is like we all do this because it's fun, and we don't have any illusions of grandeur on having our own Marvel Universal Studios with our imaginations. We can only hope, and the way that you can do that is liking and subscribing to
And telling your friends about us.
doing tweets.
I don't know about you guys, but I've lived my entire life off of getting free T-shirts, and I thought I was gonna get a free T-shirt for this. So that's why I'm here. Free T-shirts.
It's true. I can't wait until you're finished with your project thing that you're making, Nick. It would just be one more thing that Jag sees and be like, "You're joking."
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
And
Now you got
that's
stuff
like
that plugs in.
and like that's like the biggest thing is, you know, like Jag, I know like we have fun with you and you always ask for merch, but I would love to get to a point where people like, you know, that we could actually have merch and give it to you guys, and you would want it and you would want to wear it because you like hanging out with us on Wednesdays and Fridays and whatever other day we eventually end up streaming. So yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Randomly see somebody like, "Hey, that's the AA T-shirt we made."
Yeah.
Hey, we did that.
Hey,
Well, I feel like that is a great place to wrap
Indeed.
on Visions of the Future.
can somebody give me a beat? No, I don't want to rap.
And you
That's
have
not gonna
to.
happen.
Used to
It's
it.
not gonna happen.
You did this.
It's not gonna happen.
And then
You guys
Nick
are
ruined
gonna
it. That was off rhythm horribly. I had it, and you're like,
give me a polyrhythm beat.
He said he didn't.
Camera lagged at the perfect point on Discord
Yeah.
for me.
He
I'm
said
usually not bashful, but to just randomly improv rap, that's the one time just like my face will get hot. And I'm like, I'm not. No.
come on, I was
And
beatboxing for you. You can't try to rap, you Skiva.
Oh yeah, you were beatboxing.
Poly rap time. Poly rap.
All right,
It's
well,
like
on that
Poliwrath,
note,
Pokemon.
everyone, we are going to be ending the stream today. Thank you for everybody that hung out. Thank you to the 2 people that are with this company that subscribed to us again. Love you too, Jack. Thank you for always being here.
Yeah, I'm still crappy at doing this, but
You'll learn
You can
one
just
day.
do this.
What's up?
It's a heart.
It's a heart.
in whose body?
Yeah, who did
Look,
that?
Heart.
Whose body?
Heart. It's the same as this.
Yeah, I see.
It's just that.
Well, technically, a heart doesn't
Okay,
look like that.
so if somebody sees the end of the stream and we're all doing this, they're gonna be like,
No. That is an actual really popular thing on the internet. Like, this is.
a plot twist, we're doing something horribly wrong.
"Oh wow,
We're
Look at that,
making
look at
some symbol that's really fucked up.
hey, look at
Yeah.
that heart."
Ah.
Yeah, I can do 2 of them now. I'll give you 2 hearts, Jay.
Well,
Oh, you did with the other
Well,
hand.
that's
That's
actually really
actually
popular in K-pop
I guess.
culture. So.
All right. I guess on that note, because this is a stupid heart, we'll end there. But thank you for everybody that
Should just
hung
end
out.
the
Hopefully you
stream
enjoy
right
the new emote. We'll probably be put to more use on Fridays, other than in here. But Sad Boy Cthulhu is here to stay.
Hey.
Boomers really try new trends.
It's true. But we
Hey,
will
don't
see
make fun of
you.
my age.
So I feel like right now.
We'll see you in a couple days for chapter 30 of
Gen Z. Baby.
The Arcane Archives Falbion, and we will see where their adventures take them after
Every
presumably
time.
solving a murder.
Every time. I always hit my mic trying to do that.
This looks really bad.
Take care, everybody. Much love. We'll see you on Friday. Thanks for always being here. Bye-bye.
See ya.